This question says a woman is 4 times as old as her daughter. In 5 years' time, the square of her age will exceed the square of daughter's age by 120 years. The question asks us to find the daughter's age. So let me attempt to answer that question also. So if I go back to the question, at present, the woman, that is the mother, is 4 times as old as her daughter. And in 5 years to come, and the square of her age, that is the square of the mother's age, will exceed means will be greater than the square of the daughter's age in that 5 years to come. Then the question asks is to find the daughter's age. So let me let x to be the daughter's age. Let x be daughter's age, meaning the age of the daughter now. If the age of the daughter is x years now, the question says the woman is 4 times as old as her daughter. So I will use this information to find the age of the mother in terms of x. So therefore the age of the mother, that is woman's age or mother's age, is going to be 4x. Why 4? Because it says 4 times the age of the daughter, and x is the age of the daughter. Therefore age of the mother is now going to be 4x. So after 5 years, that is in the next 5 years, the daughter is going to be x plus 5. If she is x years old now, in the next 5 years to come, you just add 5 to her present age. That will give you her age in that 5 years to come. So similarly, the mother's age, if the mother is 4 years old, so in 5 years time the mother will now be 4x plus 5. This is going to be the mother's age in 5 years to come. So I'm going to use this to form this equation in which it says in 5 years to come the square of the mother's age will exceed the square of the daughter's age by 120. So let me form that equation. So I'm going to have 4x plus 5. This is the age of the mother in 5 years to come. Then I square it. This is the square of the mother's age in 5 years to come. Then x plus 5 is the age of the daughter in 5 years to come, but I'll square it. That is the square of the age of the daughter in 5 years time. Then subtracting the age of the daughter, meaning subtracting the square of the age of the daughter from the square of the age of the mother, gives 120, because in the question it says that mother in 5 years to come, the square of her age will exceed the square of the daughter's age by 120, which means that age will now be bigger than the age of the daughter by 120 years. So which means if I subtract the square of the age of the daughter in 5 years to come from the square of the age of the mother in 5 years to come, the result is going to be 120, because 120 is the difference between the square of their ages. So I continue. So this I'll continue so that I'll get my x. X, remember, is the age of the daughter, and it is what we are asked in the question. So looking at this left hand side, I have square of this bracket minus square of this bracket also, and it is subtraction in between these two squares, so I can apply difference of two squares. It will be simpler for me. So difference of two squares, I'm going to have just my big brackets. I'll open two brackets like this. I'm going to have the very first term in each of the brackets. So I'm going to have 4x plus 5, then plus x plus 5, the next bracket. Inside the other one, I'm going to have 4x plus 5, then minus x plus 5. This is difference of two squares, because I can see that this is square and this is square, and I'm subtracting the two squares. So I will continue. I will simplify what is in those brackets. So 4x plus 5 plus x plus 5, simply these inner brackets I can remove them to have 4x plus x. That give answer 5x, and 5 plus 5 to get 10. So I'm going to have 5x plus 10. Then the other bracket also, if I just remove the inner brackets, I'm going to have 4x minus x, that will be 3x, and plus 5 minus 5, the result will be 0. So I'm just having 3x here equals to 120. So I will expand this bracket, these two brackets, these two square brackets, I'm expanding them. So 3x multiplied by 5x, 3x multiplied by 10. So that is going to give 15x squared plus 30x equals to 120. I will divide it through by 15. So I'm going to have x squared plus 2x equals to 8. This reduced this quadratic to a much simpler one. 15x squared divided by 15 is x squared. 30x divided by 15 is 2x. And 120 divided by 15, the result is 8. So taking 8 to this side so that I have a general quadratic equation. So I have x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Then I am to solve this quadratic equation by any of the available means so that I can get my x. So solving this by factorization, I am going to have x plus 4 into x minus 2 equals to 0. I'm solving this by factorization method. So plus 4 and minus 2 are the factors. So if x plus 4 times x minus 2 equals to 0, so either the first bracket is 0 or the second bracket is 0. For me to get 0 as a product, so I can now say if this is 0, x plus 4 equals to 0, it implies x will be minus 4. And if it were x minus 2 that is equals to 0, it will imply that x will be equals to 2. So the solution to this quadratic equation is either x equals to minus 4 or x equals to 2. But take note here, x represents age of the daughter and the age is never negative. So I will automatically reject this minus 4 and I will take this x equals to 2. So I'm going to write daughter's age equals to 2 years. So to that I have answered this question. Next, I will just show you the mark distribution for this question according to the official Neco marking scheme. And the very first mark is bonus 1 mark. And that bonus 1 mark is forming the equation, correct equation that relates the square of the age of the mother in 5 years' time and the square of the age of the daughter in 5 years' time. So that correct equation gives you bonus 1 mark. Next mark is for simplifying that equation in an attempt to get your x. Next mark is accuracy mark when you have a correct quadratic equation, that is x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Next mark is method mark for solving that quadratic equation by any of the available means. So last mark is accuracy mark when you have the age of the daughter to be equals to 2 years. So this question has a total of 5 good marks.